Well, I'm here in New Zealand and having a wonderful opportunity to meet Anglican priests at a clergy conference for the Diocese of Christchurch, and met a rather interesting man whose name is Peter Beck. He is the Dean of the Cathedral in Christchurch, but he also has an interesting responsibility that I had never heard of before. He is actually a theater chaplain, and I have never in my life encountered a theater chaplain. And so I want Peter to tell you in his own words what a theater chaplain is, what a theater chaplain does.
Chuck, I'm amazed you haven't heard of theatre chaplains before.
My ignorance, I'm
Indeed. In the UK, there's a group called the Actors Church Union, which of course Christians are part of that, and many of the theatres, particularly in the West End, the professional theatres, will have a chaplain. I came out to New Zealand in 1981 and got involved with, particularly with opera in Auckland, and became the chaplain to the opera company, and then it was now it's the National Opera. And so while I was in Auckland, I was part of that, and then kind of got linked up with Auckland Theatre Company too. So we did a few things together there. And now here in Christchurch, where I think we've probably got the best professional theatre company in the country, the Court Theatre, I'm the chaplain there too. So what it means is that I have a wonderful time.
I bet you do. That sounds great.
It's like the cream on the cake, really, in many ways. It's about building relationships, being available. I go as often as I can to the read-throughs before a production gets into production, meet with the cast, the production, people involved in it all the way across, pop in and out from time to time, be really careful not to get in the way, because you can do that quite easily, as you'll be aware. Sure. And so by the time you get to the opening night, I'll usually pop in before the half, and greet people, and people know me, say good day, how are you, etc., etc. There's a bit of at the beginning sometimes with people who don't know me, because there's a permanent company at the court, of course, and others come in, they think, oh, a bit strange, but you build the relationships, and I'm not there to proselytize. I am there to be available for people who want to have a chat. You got time for a chat, some of them will say, and we're going to have a coffee or a wine or something. You know, actors are amazing, as we all know. I mean, amazing people, deeply spiritual in many sorts of ways, and especially when we've got people coming from overseas and so on, who are often stretched away from home or other parts of the country where issues may not be too good at home or something. One in particular I was recalling was when I was chaplain for the theatre company in Auckland. There was a guy who was the lead in Rigoletto, whose father was dying, and he'd flown in to do this show, and because who do you talk to? Right. So here am I, this kind of anonymous but okay guy who's got a dog collar on, who you could have a bit of a chat to, and we went out a few drinks and so on. And so he found that really helpful. And then when he died, I was asked by the family to take the funeral. So it's kind of those links you build, and it's about personal relationships.
So, yeah, and just, I think we talked a little bit last night about how there's kind of in the States, I think, a perceived adversarial relationship between religion and the theater and the arts and that sort of thing. And what I hear you saying is this is a great way to bridge gaps, to build relationships, and it's not like you're going in with any kind of agenda other than the relationship building?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think I've not found that adversarial situation. I mean, most of us, well, I know many of us who are priests really love to be on the stage. I mean, we are, aren't we, sometimes, so that's great. And if I do have another life, I know where it'll be. But it's, yeah, we're hopefully are able people who are to have a warmth and a genuine desire to be helpful and alongside. There are times, you know, when I get scuttled out because there's something important happening, and, you know, get out of the way, and that's fine, you know, no big deal, sure. But it is always about the building of a relationship, potentially a pastoral relationship, and off you go. And I mean, fortunately, I mean, all the backstage people as well, like the chief exec of the company is actually a personal friend, so he opens doors too. I meet with the board occasionally of the theatre company, and they all think, wow, this is really good. And so there's no adversarial stuff about it. And actors are very spiritual people, and they're also often very superstitious people. So I have blessed theatres as well, where they felt there's something a bit uneasy here, so we'll go and throw some holy water around and be part of all that too.
And I bet you get free theatre tickets.
Well, that does happen too.
One of the perks.
Well, there is a perk. There is a perk. Yeah, I do get free theatre tickets and get invited occasionally to some of the receptions, so I drink a little wine with them too. Oh, wonderful. Which is good.
Well, Peter, thank you so much for sharing this. It's a pleasure to meet you, and God bless you and your work in the theatre here.
Thank you, and also with you. And may next time you come, we hear that there's theatre chaplains all popping up across America.
I think I'll go back and propose that idea. I like it a lot.
Cool, thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.